Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Study Lounge with ValleyNoble. Today, we are really excited to be able to interview one of our intern students from BYU in Hawaii. And so we are going to let her jump in and introduce herself. So here we go.
Hi there, my name's Hailey Kendrick. I go by Kenny. I'm a freshman here at BYU Hawaii, and I'm originally from Utah, and I'm studying business management with an organizational leadership and HR emphasis.
That's pretty awesome. So thank you so much, Kenny, for joining us. We had a
Yeah,
few quick little chats. So yes, your first semester at BYU, and
yeah,
how are you going? How's everything going for you?
it's good. I really love all of my classes, and I've enjoyed getting to meet so many people from all over. It's been awesome.
That's awesome. And so I guess jumping into the internship, so you're doing an internship with ValleyNoble. So how did you come about doing the internship?
Yeah, it's a class available offered at my school, and I signed up for it. And our professor gave us like 10 options of different places we can intern, and I chose to intern with ValleyNoble, and I'm really excited.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you on board too. So thanks again for joining us. I guess we'll get
Yeah,
straight into the interview. And guys out there, thank you for joining us here at ValleyNoble at the Study Lounge. We're pretty much jumping into an interview, and we will be doing a couple of interviews over the next week or two. And so we're going to hear about different learning experiences as a student at university. So, Kenny, what were the factors that led you to consider BYU or BYU in Hawaii as a study destination?
I really appreciate the school's culture, and I appreciate that it's like a spiritual education and educational, like school wise. And I like that it's in Hawaii. It's different from Utah. I'm not a big fan of the snow, so I'd rather come here instead of Provo or Idaho.
Oh, that's awesome. So, your experience in Hawaii so far, how's that been going for you?
So good. I go to the beach almost every day. And I started classes 2.5 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all so fun, and all of my professors are awesome.
Oh, that's
Just lots of
awesome.
homework and then beach.
Yes, there you go. There you go. And you just said earlier today that you had a new job. So, what does that look like?
Yeah, I got a new job being an office assistant, so I'll just work in between my classes and then I'll be done by 5 p.m. every day. So I'll be able to still
That
do
is
homework and go to the
awesome.
beach.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And what about before going to BYU? So you graduated in, is it spring? Did you graduate?
Yes. Yeah,
What
I
would you,
graduated from Clearfield High in Utah,
that's
and then
awesome.
I worked in retail just at a small little shop there in my
Yes,
town.
yes. Very good. And I guess what challenges or difficulties did you have sort of preparing for, going to BYU?
I think that the application process was a lot harder than I was anticipating. I applied to
Okay.
all the schools in Utah and got in easy, but
Yeah.
BYU Hawaii is a lot more selective, and so I had to really focus on my essays. They gave us some prompts that were pretty broad, and you had to reply to them in a good manner. And just writing those essays was pretty difficult for me. And then they had like a questionnaire about myself that kind of was like a resume, but for college. Like they asked my family history, why I want to go there, just things like that. And
Yeah.
then lastly, I had like some health examinations to make sure that I was healthy enough to come here.
Very good. And were you able to get help if you needed, for
Yeah,
your
yeah, they were
essays?
pretty helpful, and they gave us some numbers to call or emails to
Oh,
email if we had any problems.
oh, that's good. That's good. Well, you did a great job, so congratulations in getting in.
Yeah, thank you.
And I guess so you've been at BYU for a little while because this is your first time away from home. Has there been any challenges that you've faced since being there?
I think one of the main ones is kind of a culture shock, just
Yeah.
because I'm from northern Utah and there are people from all around the world here.
Yes.
But I think it's been a good culture shock because I've been able to break out of my bubble and get to know people from all over and get to try and understand them because some of them have pretty broken English, but it's been fun trying to figure out what they're telling me and getting to know them.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I mean, that is a big culture shock. I think the same thing for me when I went. I come from a little country town, so we
Hmm.
have just our native culture, which is Māori, and we have
Oh, yeah.
European farmers around. So that was pretty much all I mainly grew up with. So it was a big culture shock to go. But just like you said, it's really interesting and getting to know people from where they're from. And I guess learning
Yeah.
different phrases as well was something I learned
Yeah.
going there. So that's really good. And you found settling in okay, like it's been easy for you to do that?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been hard being away from home. I still FaceTime
Yeah.
my parents every day, but
Yes. I mean, how's
it's
that
been good.
been, being away from home for the first time?
It's been hard. My mom had her birthday and they FaceTime me and everyone, all my extended family was over there for a party and I was like, "Oh no, that's so sad." But it's been good. Like I think it's a good learning experience for me to
That's
break out of my
good.
shell.
Yes, yes. And do you have times where they will come over or you go back home for holidays?
Yeah, I think they might come either this fall or in the spring and then I'm going home for Christmas break.
Oh, that's nice. Well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it is a little bit tough, when it's your first time away from home, definitely. And going to another culture can be strange as well for you. What about your learning? So, has that been different?
I think it's been different just because high school is a lot simpler
Yes.
and here I appreciate it, but it's totally different that the professors expect a lot more of you.
Yeah,
Like they
yeah.
don't just want the bare minimum, they want to see exactly what it is that you can do. And I guess the nicest thing is where I'm from, we use Canvas and they use Canvas here. So it's been
Oh,
pretty easy
good.
for me to pick up.
Yes, yes. A nice little like transition. Yeah,
Yes.
that's good. That's good. Maybe you've heard it from your friends. What do you think their biggest struggles have been, especially the international students?
Oh, I feel like it's a whole new story for them, and it's probably the hardest thing you could do. But I think that our school is really good because we have this thing called iWork. It's like international students, and they just help the students through everything.
That's
But I'm
awesome.
sure it's just so difficult to figure out what kind of paperwork you need. Like if you want a job, you have to get a social security card. Just so many little things that they have to do that I was so fortunate that I did not have to.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think because we went through that same process of getting a social security number and just all the visa requirements and that. So, yeah,
Hmm.
definitely a different process for international students. What
Yeah.
about what has been keeping you motivated? I guess you're still new in school, so everything's pretty much like, wow, it's exciting. But what kind of things do you think keep you motivated to learn and want to go to class? Because it is a little bit. I would have to say it's pretty tough going to class when it's good beach days or there's
Yes, yes.
yeah. So how do you keep motivated and not end up at the beach all day?
I just like to think of the end goal. I'm really excited to get my degree so that I can like move straight into the workforce and make a positive impact. And so thinking of
Awesome.
if I go now, then I can like do what I want in the near future.
That's awesome. Keep it up. That's really good. What about where do you want to go to after you've finished, after you've graduated? What would you like to do?
I think it would be cool to work for any business. I don't even really care, but just help to grow and improve their business, either social media wise or to be in HR and just help the company just with like the little things. I think that that could bring a lot of purpose to my life.
That's awesome. And guys out there watching, we are really excited to have Kenny on board because she is looking at our social media, which we don't do very well. And it's really great to have a fresh pair of eyes to look at things with our social media
Yeah,
campaign. So, yeah, it's
it'll
really
be good.
exciting. So we're really excited to have Kenny and the rest of the team, which we will be interviewing in the next couple of weeks. So thanks, Kenny. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, this is really good to have someone like yourself who knows social media and who likes to do that. What about your advice to other students. What kind of advice would you give other students who are coming to BYU for the first time? I guess as international students, what kind of advice would you give them before they got there?
I would tell them to make sure that they find the right resources. They need to definitely get hooked up with the international program so that they can be walked through every step, and also to just make sure they read like the instructions on the website, because I just kind of skimmed over them, and then I like when I got here I realized there were so many things that I was supposed to do that I didn't.
Yeah.
So I think that just making sure that you carefully look at what it is that you're supposed to do, and then to be excited. Like, it's so much fun, and I was really nervous, but I shouldn't have been because it's just been a wonderful experience.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, it was the best. I think it's probably one of the best experiences I've had growing up into my old age now. So it's definitely an experience of not only fun but learning other cultures. You get a degree
Yeah.
as well, and so I think networking is amazing because you
Yes.
get to meet people around the world. So
Yeah, like you.
yeah, there you go. So I think it's definitely a great place to go to school and learn about yourself and where you want to go in the world. So thanks so much. But that's pretty much what
Yeah,
we've
of course.
got on the agenda today, Kenny. Is there anything else you'd like to say out there?
No, I'm just so excited to work with you guys and
Yes.
help you out. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thanks so much. And everyone out there, we appreciate you jumping in. This is Sylvs from ValleyNoble, and we have here Kenny from BYU in Hawaii. Thank you so much for joining us, and we really appreciate it. We're really excited to work with you. And for everyone out there, thanks for joining us as well. Thanks a lot. Bye.